if you're going to operate faith the way you're supposed to operate it, then you must understand faith the way it is meant to be understood. And when I say understanding faith the way it is meant to be understood, I mean being able to define faith as precisely as it is meant to be defined. Of course, we all know that Hebrew defines faith as the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen, the evidence of things not seen. But there is another definition I want to provide to you right now, and I believe this definition is going to really help you grasp what faith is all about. And this is how the definition goes. Faith is seeing and going through life the way God sees life. Seeing life the way God sees life. Defining life the way God defines life. That is what faith is. That is what living by faith simply means. If you see life the way God sees it, the way God had ordained that it be seen, and you go about life the way God had ordained originally that life be led, that is what living by faith is all about. The question now is, what was the intention of God for bringing about life? What was the intention of God for creating humanity? After you find the answer to that question, then you ask yourself, what is the intention of God for creating me? What exactly was God's mind? What was in God's mind that brought about my existence on earth? When you define that, when you understand that truth, then you've been able to understand what your purpose is. And when you begin to live in the light of what your purpose is, you commit yourself to that. You are living by faith. What that means is that you are now living your today in view of what God has said about your future. You're living today so as to be able to materialize what God had defined for your future. That is what living by faith is all about. Let me take for example, when God called Abraham and said, Abraham, leave your father's house and go forth, go to a place where I will show you, a land where I will show you, and I'm going to give you that land for you and your children and your children unborn for generations uncountable in the future. I'm going to make you a father of many nations. Just leave this land. And the Bible says that Abraham believed God. He obeyed God and did exactly as God had told him. He didn't see the land. He just believed what God said. He saw into God's eyes. He was able to buy into God's dream for his life. And he went out. Abraham, because of that obedience, became a man to be reckoned with. Abraham became a champion of faith because he obeyed. Are you getting that point now? So your question now is, who am I in the eyes of God? What does God desire for me? What does God plan for me? What is his thoughts for me? Once you define that, you go about your life in pursuit of that. That is what it means to live by faith. Once you live in that direction, when you live like that, you are a person who God will be pleased with for the rest of your life.